Hi guys, this is Crafty Cat. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. So you guys, it's been a few years since I bought these very inexpensive gouache paints from Artist Loft. These are Artist Loft Necessity paints and they were really inexpensive. They were under $10 plus I had a 50% off coupon. I think I ended up paying $4.99 for these. I actually went and I watched my old video of me unboxing this, so I did pay $4.99. So yeah, it's a set of 12 paints. They don't even sell these anymore. They do sell the Artist Loft Necessities, but they do them as a jelly gouache now. So yeah, and here's the list of colors. Anyway, let's just take these out because it's high time. Now, I don't have very high expectations for these, but I do want to try them. I mean, I bought them. They've been sitting in my stash for such a long time. And I just thought, you know what, today's a good day. So here you can see the colors. I'm just going to put them down for a second. And I don't remember if I bought this on Amazon or Temu or Michael's, but it's just a little plastic palette. There's a little spot to put your hand in here. It's just completely plastic. But you can see there's spots to put your paint. There's spots to mix your paint. And I thought that might be nice for this inexpensive gouache. And I also have some really inexpensive brushes. These are Dollarama brushes. Because I read somewhere that you're not supposed to use your good brushes with gouache. I don't know how true that is. But I don't want to wreck my nice watercolor brushes. But I do have some other brushes near me that I could try, just that I grabbed out. I think these were from, yeah, these are the Artist Loft set of brushes. They're also a necessity, so they're inexpensive. And there's a few other ones too. The script liner, I like having a script liner if I need it. So I just have a bunch of brushes near me. I don't know if I'll use them. And yeah, I'm really excited to try these. So I think what we'll do first of all is there's only 12 colors. How many here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. So we'll just use this half over here. And we'll just put one little drop of paint in each little bin here. So hopefully these are still moist because they've been sitting unopened though. So hopefully they're still good. So I don't know how much I should take out. So my Himi gouache that I bought a couple years ago as well, or I think maybe last year, they're completely dried out except for the set that I put in the little portable one. So this is titanium white. And next we have lemon yellow. So I'm really sad that my Himi gouache are all dried up, but I do have a second set. Like, it's not a second set. It's the same set of gouache, but that I put in a little portable kit, and they did better. So we'll test them out, but I did spray them with water because they're not as hard as my other ones, but they're still also not great. So we'll try those another day. But I just thought this would be fun. This is yellow ochre. So, as usual, I am doing a recording late at night. It's just when my house is quietest. I live in a very loud household. And I just didn't want to have to be doing videos that I would have to record over. A lot of times when I do my art videos in my art room, I can't talk to you. So I just record what I'm doing and I speak over them later. That's a pretty color. That's almost like an orange. It's vermilion. It's like an orangey red. So yeah, I have no idea what these are going to be like. I'm very excited though. Crimson red. So I don't know why I get in different moods for different kinds of art supplies on different days, but I do. And in the last couple, I'd say the last week, even though I've got lots of art supplies that I love, I've just been dying to do gouache, and I've just been ignoring that feeling. And I thought, you know what? I have a set of gouache that I didn't even try yet. Let's try that. I don't know why I get like that, where I just suddenly decide, oh, I'm in a gouache mood today. Oh, Viridian. I do like Viridian. So I don't know if we can mix our own greens with this, because there's just the 2 greens in here. We do have some 2 yellows and 2 blues, so we should be able to mix our own greens too. This is Prussian blue. So this is just cheap gouache. This is just necessities. It doesn't give you any information about it. This definitely won't be light fast. I don't even know. This is probably not even student grade. This is more child grade probably. But it's good that they have stuff like this. I mean, I would have loved this as a child, you know. And I got it on sale for $4.99, which is an amazing deal. This is cerulean blue. I love cerulean blue. And I don't know why, but there's something just really lovely about squeezing gouache out of tubes or watercolor or any kind of paint, really. Don't know why paint makes me happy, but it does. Even having it, buying it, using it, all of it, just looking at it, it makes me happy. Purple. So it says purple mauve. And I did not know that mauve was how you say purple in French. That's cool. Burnt sienna, or terre de sienna brûlée. I'm Canadian, so all of our stuff is English and French. And I don't know how I made it this long in my life without knowing mauve was actually the French word for purple. I thought mauve was just another shade of purple. I like my burnt siennas. And last but not least, we have black. It's probably lamp black, right? Yeah, lamp black. All right, so I'm just going to take these and move them. And let's show you the colors up close. They look nice and creamy, don't they? So I apologize for the light. I do have my overhead light on and my lamp on. I will try to lighten this up in editing. It looks pretty dark as I'm recording. But I'm a night person. I really am. So I have this book. It's just a Canson XL watercolor book. It's 7 by 10 inches that I do a lot of my swatching in. So I've just prepared a really bad swatch sheet. I put the black lines in the wrong places. I've had a migraine for about a week. And it won't go away. It went away for part of one day, just only because I took pills. So anyway, it tells you here all the different kind of brushes that you can get. But there's only 5 in here. And they're showing a lot more. So I don't know how bad these are going to be. But they're only $2 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 brushes. So let's see if I can get these out of the container first of all. Do I have another flat one near here? Maybe I'll use my Artist Loft one. Just for now. So the water is off camera because I don't want to spill all over and get the paper. So the water's just on a little side area. And how can I best put this? Well, I guess that was the best way. I don't know that I'm going to be able to get it all on camera. And what if I tilt this up a little bit? What could I use? I have a little thing of tape here I could put in. Now, does that tilt it up enough that you're going to see it better? I don't know. We'll give it a shot, though. So I'm just dampening my brush. It's not wet, but it's damp. And we're just going to go full stream ahead. I drew these lines about an hour ago, so hopefully they're okay. So we'll try the titanium white first. Oh, yeah. That covers. So what do I need? I need a paper towel. I've got one right here. So here's the titanium white. And next we have lemon yellow. This is a little bit clumpy. I've got a lot on my brush, you could see here. What if I bring it closer for you? If I just hold it. Yeah, I don't have enough. So you can see, you could still see the black line through. There's some spots where the white is thicker. And that could just be me because I'm used to watercolor paint. And gouache is a type of watercolor paint. It's supposed to be a more opaque watercolor paint. But I've only used Himi gouache and now this. So I don't have a lot of experience with it, you guys. And next we have yellow ochre. Yellow ochre. That's nice and opaque. That's beautiful. But it could just be that I have more on my brush, you know. I am by no means an expert at anything like this. So I love yellow ochre. I don't know why, but even though it's not fall, it's spring, I still am very drawn to the earthy colors. And now we have vermilion, which looked really orange on the container, but it doesn't look orange at all here. Does it to you? Let's just move this over. No, that's a nice red. So that is not as opaque. You could definitely see the line through there. So what are you all doing? What have you been doing lately? And now we have crimson red. Oh, that is really pretty. That's like a purpley red. It's very beautiful. You know, there is a really, a real need for inexpensive art supplies, I believe. It doesn't always have to be expensive. Like, I'm learning. I don't need expensive stuff, you know? Would I like to have it? Yes. Would I love to have, say, a set of, what's a good gouache? I don't know. Winsor Newton designer gouache? Yeah, I would. But that's so expensive, even with a 50% off coupon. And I don't use gouache that much. So, here's pale green. That's very beautiful. I like that a lot. See if we can get as much as it, get it off my brush, right? So you can water these down and use them like watercolors if you want, or you can use them thicker. What I like about gouache is you can let one layer dry and paint over, and you can, well, you're supposed to be able to paint light over dark, which you can't do with watercolor. So even though these are a form of watercolor, it's supposed to allow you to do that. So that was the pale green. I want to make sure I don't have too much water. So now we're going to Viridian. I like all these. All these I think are beautiful colors. And they're supposed to dry kind of flat, you know? Yeah, I've got too much water on my brush. But look how pretty, even with a lot of water on the brush. It's really lovely. Yeah, I knew my brush was too wet there. I do like a Viridian. I kind of drew a ladybug, but I didn't do a very good job of drawing a ladybug because I started doing it just by memory. And then I realized I couldn't remember what a ladybug looked like other than it's roundish, like oval and red and black. So then I had to look it up, but I had already drawn like the circles, so I had to try to make it fit. But I did find one that was very similar. Well, because it's a ladybug, they all have that similar look. But yeah, so let's see if we could paint a ladybug after this. Cerulean blue. I think it was a Stephen King novel where every time they said cerulean blue, they took over the mind of someone and they would drive into traffic and things like that. I didn't even know it was a real color when I was reading that. That's a beautiful color. So as much as I hated the thought of cerulean blue just because of that book I read, in actual fact, it's a beautiful blue. Very pretty. I follow a lot of different YouTubers who are artists on YouTube that do tutorials. One of them is Paul Clark, and he uses cobalt blue a lot, and that's not a color that I have a lot in a lot of my sets. I do have it. I think I have it in one of my Paul Rubens set, but I misplaced my favorite Paul Rubens set, and I don't know what I did with it. It's driving me crazy. Uh-oh. My Artist Loft brush just did this. I'm just going to pop it back in. I'll glue it later. Yeah, these are cheap brushes. Artist Loft Necessity. But you know what? It's not losing hair and it's working great. So that was cerulean blue. And now we're going to Prussian blue. I forgot what I was talking about. I guess it wasn't important. That's beautiful. And that is opaque. So a lot of these colors are not opaque, but some of them are. And it was the same with my Hemi gouache. They were not all opaque. There were a lot that were transparent. Well, not transparent, but I guess translucent. There was a scale. I did love my Hemi gouache. I wish I would have used them more. What happened was World Watercolor Month is July. So I watercolor in July. And I could have used gouache because gouache fits for watercolor. And I think I forgot this year. I think maybe I used gouache once only. And I got to remember this year when it's World Watercolor Month to also use gouache because I do love gouache. Here's purple. Oh, I love purple, purple, purple. I'm doing some of it lighter so you could see the color because it looks almost black without. But isn't that pretty? Why does it feel so nice to just put paint on paper? And why do I wait so long to do it? Like, sometimes I have a hard time getting started. I'll think, oh, I want to paint. And then just to get started, I don't want to do it. And I don't know what's up with that. Because once I start, I love it. But, and make sure there's no more color and not too much. So we only have 2 more colors left. We have burnt sienna. But yeah, all day today I was like, oh, I got to paint. Oh, I want to try my gouache. But what did I do? I cleaned my art room instead. Because I was looking for my favorite Paul Rubens. Like, I have 3 other sets of Paul Rubens, so it's not a problem. I do like my Paul Rubens watercolor. But my favorite set is the one in the black tin, my first one that I bought. And I think I put it somewhere so I wouldn't lose it. And I don't know where I put it. And it should be with my other Paul Rubens, and it's not. And I vaguely remember seeing it somewhere. But I went through all of my art drawers in my room and in the art room, and they're not there. So I can't think of where else I would have put them. Maybe they're in the car. Maybe I decided to go paint in the car and I didn't take them out one day. I don't know. I'll have to go check. It's the only place I didn't check. Ooh, lamp black. So those are all the colors. Which one's your favorite? The lemon yellow is nice and bright. There's a lot of dark colors in here. But that's because I used like full force. If you want the lighter, like the lighter purple, you have to use more water and less paint. But there, you know what? Look at, let's see that this, did I clean my brush? No, hang on a second. All right. So these are not all dry yet. And apparently gouache dries later. But the titanium white is not opaque unless you put it on thickly. You can see right in here I put it on thickly. And it does cover the black. But if you don't, then it doesn't. The yellow is, it's not opaque. But the yellow ochre is. The vermilion is not, but it is in some spots better. Same with the crimson red. You can see here, it kind of covers the line in here. But here where I went lighter, it doesn't. And the pale green does here. And then lighter and lighter. So you can make it opaque or not. And the Viridian green, I had too much water. I think it would be. Because here at the beginning, it's quite dark. You can still see the line, but that, I know I had too much water in my brush for that. The cerulean blue is opaque. You can see the line in some places, but not all. The Prussian blue is very opaque. The purple is. The burnt sienna is. And the lamp black is. So there's only a few colors that aren't. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So let's work on this cute little guy. So what I think I would like to do is to take some yellow and put it here and then get a little bit of red and see if we can mix like an orangey color. Yeah, we can. Not much, but, and I know there's no orange in here, but I want there to be orange in mine because I know in real life there is sometime. So let's just check out this orange. And now we'll go to the red and cover some of it. Probably using too big of a brush, but I am enjoying this brush. For a cheap brush, it's pretty good, you know? And I can go over this again. Okay, it's too hard for me to hold this and paint. I can't do it. So I'll just paint this and I guess I'll come back and show you. So I think I'm going to switch to another brush. This is kind of getting too big now. This really gets the water very dirty very fast. Let's try one of these little Artist Series brushes. It's smaller and it has an angle. Let's see how that does. I'm just going to wet it and play with it a bit. See if there's any loose brushes that might come off. so that they'll come off in my hand and not on the painting. So far, nothing's coming out. Okay. And it's immediately harder for me to use. Look at, I'm not getting good edges. So I'm so afraid to move brushes sometimes. Why would this be harder for me to use than the other brush? And let's put some shadow down here. Oh, my brush is not... You know what? This Artist Loft brush is much nicer. I don't know why. But it just kind of is. I might have to go in the other room and get my other Artist Loft brushes. Now, when I look at the picture, this part is black, but it almost looks purple. So I'm going to go with some purple. Oh, I think that's blue. Yeah, that's blue. That's not purple. Oh, I've got too much water in my brush. Oh. I have to go over that with white later. I almost had a panic attack because I'm painting over where it needs to be white. But it's okay because I can do that with this. Do you know what? $4.99? Totally worth it. I am really enjoying these paints. I can't believe I got them for $4.99. That's absolutely crazy to me. I mean, you couldn't sell art using this. Or, well, I guess you could if you told people it was just like something that was disposable, like for a card or something. You know, something that people would look at one day and then put away. But I am not someone who could paint. You know, I can't sell my paintings anyway, so it doesn't matter to me. I'm going to mix some purple with the black. Oh, that's blue. Oh, well, we'll throw some blue in there too. I keep grabbing the blue instead of the purple. They look so dark, eh? This could be a stylized ladybug. I like beetles. Colorful beetles. They're so cool. Like I've got like every I'm painting really poorly. Normally I would be at my easel, but I can't figure out how to paint at an easel for you guys where it picks it up without getting me in the way. Like my head just blocks everything. I don't know how artists on YouTube do it. I really don't. I'm going to make this angle in a little bit more. I'm trying to not make too square of an edge because they're kind of ragged edges. This is so much fun. I am really enjoying this. I mean, I'm not painting a masterpiece by any means, but I'm having a blast. I think I'm going to pull this out and make it a little bit bigger than I drew it. I am really having fun, you guys. So I think I'm going to take this black this way to outline that eye as well. And I gotta clean my brush, but I'm having so much fun. This is so much fun. I don't know why I was hesitating all day to get this out and do it, because I'm loving it so much. So I don't know if I will leave my talking in here or if I will just put this all on fast forward and speak over it later, do a voiceover. I don't tend to like voiceovers because my editing software, the voice doesn't sound as good as it does otherwise, but I'm just going to take this brush now. This is just another Artist Loft brush, I think. And I'm going to go into this red here. So this brush isn't as good because it's got hair sticking out. Let's see if I could work with those hairs sticking out. I don't like that. Well, let's see how the Dollarama pointy one, the round brush goes. It doesn't have hair sticking out like that other one did. It's a little bit bigger. Yeah, that's better. You know what? These $2 brushes are awesome for gouache. Like, I don't know how long they're going to last, but they work really well for gouache. So I think I'm going to have to spray my gouache. It's starting to dry off because I'm taking so long. Yeah, I'm having a blast. This is so cool. You can't see, but off camera next to my water container, I have my Diet Pepsi. And I just somehow got paint all over the side of my can. It's kind of hard to clean these brushes off is the only thing. So let's get some white. And is this dry? I'm not sure. But there's like a little bit of white here. And there's a little bit of white here. And there's a little bit of white right here. And there's some little white flecks over here. And over here. And there is a little bit of white right here. And a spot here. And some little flecks over here. Now, this is very watery. I'm using it because I don't want it too opaque for these little spots. And where is my little brush? Not that one. Let's go back into the black. And I'm going to erase that lake because it's in the wrong place. But there's a little lake coming out here. That kind of goes like this. And like that. And there's a skinny one coming out here. It kind of goes like this. And like that. And there's one here. And there's like a little something right here. And over here, you can't see the leg, but there's a bit of a bigger shadow. And it's on a green background. So I don't know. Should I let's just outline it in green. We haven't tried the green. So should I use Viridian or should I use... Well, let's go with a lighter green for now. Yeah, it's drying off. My paint is drying up. Can you see that? But let's just go in here. I gotta add some water to my paint because it's getting too dry. So now I have too much water, so we might have too much of a watercolor effect. And I'm just gonna... I can paint some of those shadows back on. Just kind of get the idea of a leaf back here. Oops. So I'm getting a rough edge because I don't have enough water. But I don't want to put too much water and turn it totally into watercolor. But just something like that. And I guess I can go with a little bit of darker green over here for the shadow underneath here. And I think that's good for now. I just wanted to play with this. Just get some bold colors going to see what this is like. And it's not completely dry yet, you guys, but part of it is. And that's what it looks like so far. So I absolutely love my brand new 2-year-old $4.99 paints that I don't think you can get anymore. At least I didn't see them the last time I went. So you can see here how they have dried. So you can see the titanium white, the lemon yellow, the yellow ochre, the vermilion, the crimson red, the pale green, the viridian, the cerulean blue, the Prussian blue, the purple, the burnt sienna, the lamp black. And here is this. And up here, you know what we didn't do that I would like to do is clean my brush. And let's just get some of this yellow. I've got a little bit of green on the brush, but that's okay. It's already drying up. And let's get some of this light blue and see what color we can get. So we've just, with this yellow and that blue, we've made almost the same green as this, as the viridian green. So you can definitely make your own viridian green. So let's clean that off. And if we take some more yellow and we put it down. So sorry, it's already drying. I'm not working fast enough. And if we take some of the ultramarine blue, we can get this kind of green as well. So let's just there's that green. I'd say they're almost exactly the same. How about you? But it could just be that I didn't clean my brush enough. And if we get this yellow and a little bit of this blue, what do we get? We get this more muted kind of color, like a moss green. That's pretty. And if we take this again and add a little wee bit of this blue, we get another kind of mossy green. I need water. So we get this kind of green, which is really pretty. So you absolutely can mix the colors. I'm sure you could mix your own purples too. You don't have to use the courtesy purple. Okay, guys, so we have mixed some greens. We have swatched. I've tried to paint a little ladybug. We mixed an orange. We didn't mix any purples. We could do that another time. I will play with these. I'm having so much fun. I really do like that you can paint on top. You can paint light on dark with these colors. I'm going to give it another try. Well, it's just that my paints have dried up. I needed to be spraying them. But yeah, look at, you can definitely go over light over dark, which is something you really can't do with regular watercolor because they're too transparent. So these are just opaque watercolors. They're so much fun. I am really loving them. And I probably said that 50 million times. And another weird thing is these Artist Series brushes are very nice. And so are the cheap Artist Loft brushes Necessities, but there's that. That's not good. But I think it's because I got water in there. So I will dry these out and I'll just glue these back. I mean, I just shoved it back in and it still worked. So they're not 100%, but for $2, these worked well. For $4.99, these paints are amazing. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell, all of those good things that help as a channel. And most importantly of all, take care, stay safe, and happy crafting. Bye guys.